I have a few announcements to make. First of all, I'm really very happy to say that the book that I've written called Tantra is presently being designed, and it should be finished in about maybe 3 weeks, and it looks just beautiful. Really, I'm telling you, I'm just absolutely thrilled with what's coming. I'm not sure if it's going to be a coffee table book or just a regular size book. We'll see once the design is finished. But the writing, and the photographs of, art objects. I mean, it's just something really wonderful. So I'm thrilled, and I just want to announce this. Then the hard part comes. This is the one hard. Then, finding a publisher so we can get distributed and without having to go through Amazon and that nonsense. So, it's a step-by-step process. But the actual book, I think, will be ready 3 weeks, 4 weeks maximum. And I saw a copy of the first 15 pages, and they're just beautiful. The covers like stop you in your tracks, just incredible. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask? Does anyone have a question? Someone have a question? Nisha, you don't have a question?
Well, I can always ask a question.
Okay, good.
Um, I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm wondering if you can speak more about that relationship with parents, um, specific to parents. I know we've talked about this, but just a little reminder would be really great.
Well, look, honestly, Lisa and everyone else, it's a very important topic because we grow up and not realizing that most parents are not highly conscious people. They're people struggling every day about money, about the relationship they have, their interactions with other people, politics, economics. Every day is a difficult struggle for them. And when it comes to raising children, very rarely do parents raise children consciously. They grow up. Kids grow up. And then, they influenced by the environment, their friends, the street, the schools they go to, and that's how they grow up. But you've got to realize something that's extremely important, and that no matter what they've done to us, our parents, whatever it is, the lack of consciousness, they could be, kind of beasts, who knows what parents can do. They're still our parents, and they're still the vehicle through which our soul, we have come into the world, and through we can truly find spiritual enlightenment. And one of the most important things is to love them anyway. Forgive them. Because, as I say, most parents are not terribly conscious people, and they need forgiveness. And instead of being angry at what they've done to us, just say, okay, they know not what they do, but they are the reason I have been born. They are the reason that my soul has an opportunity to attain spiritual enlightenment. And I think it not only takes a heavy burden off of them, it takes a heavy burden off of each and every one of us. I mean, when I was 16 years old, all I could think about was running away from home. That's all I could think about. How quickly could I get out of there and have my own life, you know? And it took years, you know, for that whole energy to turn around to where one day my mother called me up and said, Stuart, can I come and study with you? It was extraordinary when I became big enough inside myself to enable that kind of thing to happen. And if I didn't get big enough inside myself, it could have never happened. Instead of, yes, you know, in fact, I'll even pay for the taxis that allow you to get here. Boy, a lot of people leaving. This might be a difficult subject. Bing, 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 bing. All I have is names, people leaving left and right. Does anyone else? I mean, I hope this is clear because it's something that we have to do. And whether it's consciously or unconsciously, we have to let go and we have to forgive because it's the only way that we can move on. Otherwise, how do you move on? You're stuck with anger towards your parents. And yes, you know, as I said, thought of this thing, parents do a lot of unconscious things, but they're still the vehicle through which we came into the world. And we need to learn to forgive them and to love them and learning to forgive them opens us to have other people forgive us for the indiscretions that we have, given other people. And I'm not talking because I read this in some book on psychology, and was integral to my life. I mean, I had it when I was a kid. All I thought about was getting out of the house, getting away from home. And I went to Europe. I had $50 to my name when I got off the plane in Europe. I had to get away, and it was running away from my family. Mostly my, mother, father had died when I was 16. And then it took years to get big enough to say, okay, I made a mistake. I have to learn to love my mother. I have to learn to nurture her and do what I can for her unconditionally. That's a very important question because it's just essential for our own spiritual growth to truly forgive and love the people that made it possible for us to be born in this world. Same thing with children. We have to love them unconditionally. Uncles and aunts and all that, okay, you can have a little conditioned love there, but children and parents, forget about it. There is no enlightenment until one learns how to get big enough to love them unconditionally. Does anyone else have a question? I hope that's clear. I don't know how to make it clearer, but does anyone else have a question they would like? Okay, if there are no more questions, thank you. God bless you all. And there'll be meditation on Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Great question, Lisha. Have more of them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stuart.
God bless you.
Thank you very much, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Bye.
Thank you.